What are your thoughts?
Amen, 100%. And I was against that 40 billion to Ukraine because of the lack of oversight. Maybe we could just put it
Amen.
on some pallets and ship it over under cover of darkness. Maybe we could do that again. Who knows where this money is going? And they're going to keep asking. I think all of Europe, I think their combined contributions to Ukraine was 8 billion. They are much closer to Russia. They have a lot.
6:30 a.m. for the weekday version of us here on the couch. You should definitely tune in for that because we like Rob. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's all right.
All right, that's going to do it for Wake Up America. Appreciate you hanging out with me and Amanda.
Hi, I'm Jane King, and this is New to the Street, in person back here at the NASDAQ market site in New York City. This show is all about public, private blockchain companies, the CEOs, the founders, and the innovators, bringing you lots of opportunities to consider. Here we go. Legacy is a DPoS DApp-based blockchain that will be initially based on the Tron network as a base to build on. And the focus is on community and true decentralization. And with me is the CEO, Justin Wayu of Legacy Network.
Hi.
Great to see you again.
Thanks for having me again.
So,
yeah.
It's been a lot going on in the crypto since the last time we talked. What's your opinion on what's going on, which seems to change on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, it's been crazy lately. I think a lot of it has to do with the volatility and everything. I think a lot of it is Bitcoin originally started as a way to transfer funds, be your own bank. That's always been the phrase for Bitcoin, and I think in reality it's closer to a store of value. I think going forward, we really need more things that are in that direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and the interesting thing is, what I had always heard was that it was a hedge against inflation. Right. Which has turned out not to be the case.
Right. It's been pretty, it's been kind of staying the same.
It's more like a tech stock.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, and that's how it's been behaving, and it's been following, the market.
Yeah. No, it's been really interesting. So, how does Legacy then fit into the picture? How does it kind of fit into the whole crypto picture and maybe solve this problem of the volatility?
Yeah, so that's kind of where my other project comes in. We're building a payment app called LootUp.
Yeah,
it's we recently merged with Quantum International Core. It's a publicly traded company on the pink sheets, and basically what we're trying to do is solve that initial problem that Bitcoin was trying to solve, which is being your own bank and actually making it usable.
Okay. And it's called LootUp.
Yes.
Is it an app? How come somebody use it?
So we're kind of taking the strengths of crypto and the strengths of traditional payment apps. On Bitcoin right now, you need to send to long addresses. Yeah. It's very confusing. If you send it to the wrong one, you're kind of screwed. And what we're doing with LootUp is, instead of long addresses, we're sending to just usernames, making it really friendly for mom and pop to use. We have a function that we're really proud of where you send it to the person on the app, and you can either cancel it on your side or confirm it on the other side. So it makes it a little safer. And just, we're having a marketplace, so you can actually use everything within the app to buy and sell and trade.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that would be one distinguishing feature of like a Venmo, so to speak.
Exactly.
Okay, the marketplaces.
But with LootUp, we don't have custody of your funds, so we can't ever freeze your account or anything. You can always take your private keys and recover your wallet elsewhere.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I did see that some, I won't mention them, but some of the crypto exchanges, they're kind of like, we basically can take this money if we need to.
Yeah, you can. And
I mean, it's written in the fine print.
Right,
I'm like, whoa, that's really...
Yeah.
So where is it in terms of development? Is it ready yet, or...?
So we're in final testing right now.
Okay.
And we're set to release next quarter. And we'll get some screenshots out soon, and yeah, we're really excited about that.
So,
Yeah.
which quarter you think? Third quarter?
Quarter 3, maybe quarter 4.
Maybe quarter 4, got it. And then, so you mentioned that Quantum was traded on the over-the-counter.
Right.
So people could buy stock in that.
Yeah.
And what about Loot? Is it a token involved, or?
So with Loot Up, we're having our Loot token.
Okay.
And then Quan, it's under Quantum International. It's on QUAN on the pink sheets. We're trying to, the crypto space. We got, it's so experimental right now. We got all the DeFi projects and the dog tokens and the gaming and everything. And I think moving forward, we really need to get rid of the high APY projects and really focus on
high APY. What's that?
So there's certain DeFi projects, decentralized finance, and they'll have 100,000 API, and it's just crazy. It's just there's a lot of scams and pump and dumps in the market, and with Loot Up and the fact that we're building out on legacy network, it'll have low costs, and we're trying to really create a business out of it and survive on revenue rather than trends and hype and
no, there's definitely a lot of that in the industry, and I feel like it's going to kind of sort itself out. I mean, it's still so
hopefully
new.
Exactly,
it's new. There's a lot of open source kind of attitude, like, everybody wants to, and I mean, I guess the market will figure this out at some point.
It'll mature. It's very early right now, as you said.
And so how do you see, like, just the whole overall, where do you see this going?
I see a lot less projects being just ran by developers alone, and I see CEOs stepping in and business people and really thinking it through and not just less experimental things, and real.
You need the developer, but then you also kind of need somebody who understands the legal part of it and all of that stuff too.
You need everybody. You need a real team, and that's what we're trying to bring to the table.
Okay. Well, we'll look forward to Loot Up coming out as another option for payment. So it's be global?
Yes. Yes. Global initially, and we'll have third-party fiat on-ramps, and so we're excited. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much, Justin.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Clones in-house can severely drain both quality and costs for cannabis and hemp businesses. PharmaGreen Biotech is the key to growing high-quality plantlets. PharmaGreen services includes premium tissue cultured starter plantlets and live preservation of any plant species. Grow into the future of optimized plant growth with PharmaGreen. See our update at update.pharmagreen.ca.
Glint has developed proprietary technology that enables everyone to buy gold. Gold that's stored in Brink's vaults, insured by Lloyd's of London. With Glint's app and debit card, peace of mind is just a few taps away. It's easy to protect your hard-earned savings, and there are no minimums, hidden fees, or financial advisors required. To learn how to safeguard your future, go to GlintPay.com or download Glint from your favorite app store.
For the very first time, you can spend gold globally on anything, like a cup of coffee, a pizza, a family vacation. You can use this currency with a Glint MasterCard, where you actually, it's like a credit card, but you're paying in gold. And with me is Jason Cousins, the CEO of Glint Pay. A lot has happened since the last time we spoke. We've had the stock market, in a bear market. Crypto absolutely was vicious.
Yeah.
But you're dealing with gold, which all of a sudden seems mature and adult-like. I mean, how do you see what we're going through right now economically?
Well, of course, yeah. We've seen stock markets down 25% on the cryptocurrencies, down 50%. Stable coins have turned out not to be as stable as we thought they were. Terra, I think, went to zero.
Yeah.
Really, actually, quite a terrible time for a lot of people, and I'm sorry to imagine that a lot of people have lost a lot of money. But yeah, with war in Ukraine, with inflation out of control, where people are trying to, where do they turn to? And they've basically turned to the US dollar and gold.
Yeah.
As the only things they think they've got. They moved to cash, but dollar cash,
right.
and gold bullion. Gold bullion is the mature choice. And actually, of course, over time, gold is going to nail the dollar too, because the huge amount of money printing and inflation always leads to the purchasing power of the dollar decreasing over time. And I've said this before, but the dollar has lost more than 85% of its purchasing power in my lifetime. I mean, it's become nearly worthless.
Yeah.
But gold in that same time has increased its purchasing power by over 500%. So it's the ultimate, most, I think, reliable form of money there is. But unfortunately, people's perception is that you can't spend it. It's kind of being given this position, as something that's a barbarous relic, I think, is what Buffett called it. But of course, the dollar used to be backed by gold.
That's right.
And it was in 1971 that we had the Nixon shock, and he came off the gold standard. And, he planted this magic money tree. And this magic money tree has grown and grown and grown to extraordinary sizes. And that's what's been fueling this bubble in stock market prices and cryptocurrencies. It's what's, I think, destroying the value of the dollar and other currencies around the world. I mean, all governments have planted their magic money trees.
Well, that's right. Now, I hear China may be starting to support their economy again.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it brings us back to gold. It's a global thing.
It's, gold is, I keep saying to people, it's created when two neutron stars collide. Its nature can't be corrupted. Anything whose nature is defined by human beings, such as government-issued currencies or cryptocurrencies, is subject to corruption, even with the best intentions. It's corruptible, it's changeable, and the reason why we love gold is because it can't be. You can rely on it. It's immutable. What a wonderful word. But Glint's technology now allows you to use it as everyday money in electronic payments.
So let's talk about that. So let's talk about the Glint MasterCard. And just tell me, I know we've talked about it before, but explain how it works.
Really, really simple. Just get your phone out, download the Glint app, Glint Pay, from your favorite app store. It takes a few minutes to register. About 80% of you will get passed and approved straight away, automatically. About 20% of you will need to send in some additional identification documents. But it's all very easy to do. Then when you've done that, you can fund your account. You can have a card delivered to you, a MasterCard. So we've partnered with MasterCard, who it's accepted nearly everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And once you've got funds in your account, you can use your dollars with the card if you want to. But what all of our clients do is buy some gold. And you can buy as little as 1 cent's worth of gold or millions of dollars worth of gold. And then when you choose to, you can spend that gold. So money is something you should be able to save, but also spend. And now we're giving everyone an equal opportunity to have their own personal gold standard and protect them from all the troubles we're seeing in the world.
And it's just an app on iOS and Android called Glint Pay?
Called Glint Pay.
Okay.
And, the money that you put into the account is FDIC insured, up to $250,000, as in
just like a bank?
A normal bank.
Okay.
We're not a bank. We're regulated though, and we're partnered, as I said, with MasterCard. And the price of gold does fluctuate against the dollar, or should I say, gold is I see gold as being, standard. It doesn't change. As they call it, the gold standard. It's immutable. It's unchanging. But the confidence in the US dollar goes up and down, and as that happens, the price of gold goes up and down. But generally, over time, the purchasing power of the dollar is going down, and therefore the price of gold is going up.
So relative to each other, gold is holding
with the app, you can flip between dollars and gold. It's real gold. It's allocated to you.
Yeah.
It's in a vault in Switzerland.
Okay.
Run by Brinks, who are one of the world's biggest and most reputable vaulting providers of precious metals. So, it's as safe as it gets, and it's very reliable.
Now, can I take my Glint card anywhere in the world and use it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I use it in London. I use it by my flight here. I use it to pay for a coffee, for the the car shares, the taxis.
Yeah.
And there's a very strong product market fit with the affluent and the people who've worked hard and saved money. But it is for everybody. And I was very pleased to get in a taxi the other day, and I said to the taxi driver, look, take me to this awards dinner at this hotel, but I need to go home and put on my dinner suit with my bow tie. So he said to me, so what's the occasion? I said, it's a FinTech awards dinner. FinTech, he asked, what is FinTech? And I kind of started to explain to him what FinTech was, and he said, oh yeah, I've heard, I understand what you mean, challenger banks and things like that. And I hadn't told him who I was. He said to me, I've got one for you. He said, Glint. So
no way.
It's the word is getting out there. We're no longer the best kept secret.
Yeah.
We've got 110,000 registered users. We onboarded 10,000 last month. So people are definitely turning to us for.
Well, and I've seen a lot
Glint.
of marketing on from Glint cards on CNBC and some other. Now, we talked a little bit about the macroeconomic reasons for gold, but we've seen a lot of geopolitical, Russia, Ukraine. It just feels like everything is kind of at a boiling point right now, and that is also a time where gold is increasing in value.
It's shocking. I mean, we have entered a Cold War. And, if you're 40 years old, you were only 7 when the Berlin Wall came down. And people out there really have no idea what's happening right now. They're going through their lives. I mean, I'm looking out of NASDAQ now, and I can see people walking around. Really, I don't think the penny's dropped. It's like, wake up. Your dollar is losing purchasing power by the day. We are now in a Cold War that has, we haven't had that for 50 years. It's a really bad situation. Of course, in these situations, people turn to the reliable form of money. They turn to the safe havens. And as we see inflation taking hold, as we see Cold War getting out of control, as we see the stock market collapsing, as the magic money tree bubble collapses, people are moving to gold, and they're moving to Glint in droves because it's our technology that allows it to be
more portable.
Yeah.
And what's for the future for gold or for Glint? I know you have added some features recently.
Yeah.
What are some things on the horizon?
Well, we're constantly improving the app to make it. At the moment, I'd say, to be fair, it's kind of back of wallet product where you're buying your gold and you're saving it and you're spending it when you need to. But over the next 12 months, you'll start to see functionality being added in that allows you to move that to the front of your wallet. And it won't be long, maybe within 12 months, when you'll be able to use this as your primary banking alternative.
Okay.
Gold-based.
Okay. Very interesting, Jason. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Glint has developed proprietary technology that enables everyone to buy gold. Gold that's stored in Brink's vaults, insured by Lloyd's of London. With Glint's app and debit card, peace of mind is just a few taps away. It's easy to protect your hard-earned savings, and there are no minimums, hidden fees, or financial advisors required. To learn how to safeguard your future, go to GlintPay.com or download Glint from your favorite app.
SEKUR, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. SEKUR is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using proprietary military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. SEKUR doesn't collect or sell your data and doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. You can message and email non-secure users privately without the need for others to download SEKUR. Visit SEKUR.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
SEKUR is an instant messaging and email service that is encrypted and is good for confidential communications. And we do know and read about hacks almost on a daily basis. So with me is the CEO of SEKUR, Langahi, to talk about the company and then also some of the products you have for people. So let's just start with, you've got a new product, right?
Yes.
Check by invite?
Yes.
Okay,
correct.
Tell me about that.
So anyway, hi everyone, thanks for watching. Basically, we launched our new messenger tool, with a chat by invite. What it means is that whether you're in the US, Canada, most of Latin America now, and some countries in Europe, Australia, New Zealand, you can text anyone with a phone number from these countries and invite them to chat with you. Now, why that's important? As you know, if you use a chat application, the recipient needs to have the same application. They also ask for your phone number every time when you download those. First of all, we don't ask for your phone number, so it's way more private and secure. The hackers don't know that you even have an account, that you're using it. And now you can chat with anybody in the world that has a mobile phone, because you can just text them and say, hey, Alain wants to chat with you. And then you click on the link. It's like, okay, and then we open a channel and we chat together in a private and secure manner, as if you had SEKUR. And the thing is that when I initiate the conversation, when I terminate it, even if you click again on the link, it's going to be gone. It's going to probably prompt you to buy the service. Okay. But what's really good is that you don't have to download anything. You don't have to register to anything. So it's great for businesses. You know, you have the financial industry, legal, medical, insurance, mortgage, I mean, you name it. People communicate a lot with their clients, and that's going to facilitate, and we're doing it worldwide. As you can see, we've got Colombia, Mexico, a bunch of Latin American, Central American countries, US, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, Switzerland, obviously, and a couple of countries in Europe. And we're going to keep expanding, because you need to be able to have the SMS gateway to text the people from that country. So we keep adding countries.
So walk me through it. So I need the app, the SEKUR app, which I can download on iOS and Google?
Yeah.
Okay. And then through that, I can text somebody?
Absolutely.
Okay. So
first I would recommend you go to sekur.com.
Okay.
You buy the solution. After that, you can download, because you need to create your account.
I see.
And that needs to be done with us. Then you download on iOS or Android, you sign in, and then you basically can use chat by invite. You can use it using your address book, your contact book. It'll upload it for you. Or if somebody is not in your address book, you put their name, their phone number, it'll send them an invite to click, and then the channel is open. It's a private tunneling system, and the entire communication only happens in our Swiss encrypted server environment, as opposed to sending encryption keys back and forth over the internet. And that's critical to know, because when you send keys back and forth, they can be hacked. Whereas when it's in a server and it never leaves that server, you can be in Tokyo, I can be in Australia. We're both communicating in Switzerland. That's the cool part about it.
Interesting. Okay. And there's also an email service.
Yes, so SEKUR is a bundle of the email service and the SEKUR Messenger. Now we launched SEKUR as a bundle. We have SEKUR Mail, which is just the email, and SEKUR Messenger. We also launched business services, where you can have your domain name with us, or you can migrate your existing business. Most people probably, they already have a business and emails, and they don't want to have data mining and big tech. They want to move to us for privacy and security. Nobody will even know they moved, because they can keep their domain. So that's pretty cool. So that's already out, and we have other products that are coming out as well. Our email application, which will let you have the SEKUR Send privacy feature from your phone without going through webmail, that's going to be ready mid-June, so in about a month from now. And then we have the SEKUR Voice, which is going to be in September, October, encrypted calls to anyone in the world without having to dial their phone number, which is, again, the same concept of you invite somebody with a link, they open, they can chat with you. And then SEKUR Pro, which is our answer to video conferencing.
Yeah, okay, I was going to ask about that, because we're doing so much of that. And no doubt about it, there's confidential things being exchanged over video.
Of course.
So this is a secure video.
I mean, we have the oil and gas industry right now that's pretty big, right? These people have confidential data, how much they get out of a well. You got the pharmaceutical industry, biotech industry, and financial has always been known that you have conversations that are confidential. But if you look at some of these big companies, that the one that especially that we all use, they have been fined several times between $80 to $100 million because they sell your data. So our goal is this. Our goal, I mean, we're not going to be able to compete with Microsoft and Zoom and things like that. But we're going to say, listen, if you're a C-level executive, if you're in certain industries, you typically don't have conferences with 500 people. It limits you to 20. And that is the tranche of people that will just pay whatever it costs to get that privacy. The product will cost $50 a month per user. It will include all our services. And $50 a month is really not expensive for a board member, for C-level executives, or other people in the medical industry. And I think even citizens themselves, regular citizens like you and me, individuals, they'll pay for it. So yeah, that's an amazing product. And it'll be the culmination this year of everything we're launching. And then next year we have some other things planned.
Okay. Well, I mean, you and I have talked about how this is a growing industry, and we read about it every day. So it's definitely a solution that people need. So.
And now that people work from home or travel is more restricted, let's say, is a great tool. And companies are trying to save money too. They can't always send somebody on business class to travel just to say hi. Now they have that habit, well, if it's critical, I'm going to send this executive. If it's not, we're just going to do a conference on video. And that's where the business is going to grow like crazy in the next few years.
Okay. Thank you so much, Alon.
Thank you, Jim.
Glint has developed proprietary technology that enables everyone to buy gold. Gold that's stored in Brink's vaults, insured by Lloyd's of London. With Glint's app and debit card, peace of mind is just a few taps away. It's easy to protect your hard-earned savings, and there are no minimums, hidden fees, or financial advisors required. To learn how to safeguard your future, go to GlintPay.com or download Glint from your favorite app store.
SEKUR, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. SEKUR is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using proprietary military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. SEKUR doesn't collect or sell your data and doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. You can message and email non-secure users privately without the need for others to download SEKUR. Visit SEKUR.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
Society Pass is building the next generation loyalty and data-focused marketing platform in Southeast Asia and South Asia. The ecosystem of technology-enabled companies work together to transform how consumers and merchants work with one another. And today, we've got the women of Society Pass, SOPA, which is traded here at the NASDAQ, with us to share more about the company. So we've got Cham No from Vietnam. So great to see you today. I love Zoom, how we're all able to talk to each other. Arby Pangdanaman from the Philippines, and I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. And then also Pamela Au Yang, who is in Singapore. So great to see you all this morning. And I guess, Cham, let's start with you. Just talk about your role at SOPA.
Hi, my name is Cham No. My role is I had two roles. At the COO at Le Flare, I oversee day-to-day business, including HRs, administrations, supplier relations, sales planning, production, and finance, helping staff to resolve all the issues and problems. At the Vietnam country managers, I am responsible for all the legal matters, dealing with the local authorities, coordinate with the head business units for budgets, business performance, and conduct due diligence on Vietnam acquisitions.
Okay. Pamela, share your perspective from Singapore. What's your role there?
Okay. Hi, Jane. Thanks for having us. My name is Pamela Au Yang. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Society Pass, based in Singapore. Basically, I focus on three pillars. One is HR for SOPA. As we integrate companies, how would the organization look like for SOPA? Then I also look into the operations, getting the engine running for the entire SOPA ecosystem. And lastly is making sure that all the entities that we acquire are synergistically integrated in efficient manner.
Very interesting. And Arby, share your roles in the Philippines.
All right. Hello. I am RB Pagdanganan. I'm the Philippines country manager and at the same time VP of product development. So as VP of product development, my key focus is to make sure that all the designs and requirements across all our platforms and apps for all business unit is aligned. And it's simply like I'm closing the gap between the technology and the business side. And I'm also aligning with marketing, sales, and operations team to provide consistent brand message and elevate the design system as well. And as the Philippines GM, I'm managing the country operations and admin with P&L responsibility and coordinates with finance, ops, and tech teams to conduct due diligence on our PH acquisitions.
Mm-hmm. And Cham, let's go back to you. If you can explain a little bit about SOPA's business. Like Dennis was here not too long ago, the CEO of the company, and he explained it. But if you could talk a little about the data collection, the loyalty programs, how does it work there in Vietnam?
I think that the loyalty is the right now in Vietnam is not really. It not we has not operated yet, and we are on building it. And either Abby or Pam can talk about that. Is better than me.
Okay, great. And Pamela, can you talk about that?
Okay.
How does the business work there?
Okay, so the idea of the core existing of Society Pass, it's all about creating these 8 different verticals in Southeast Asia, as you know. So the first vertical that we're going to have is the loyalty platform, which is the core of our business. It ties all the different verticals together. The other verticals that we're looking into acquiring, first would be the lifestyle, which we did last year with the Flair. Then we are also into F&B delivery. We have merchant software. And the other exciting verticals that we're getting into are travel. We have digital media, telecoms, and F&B ordering. So all these eight verticals are organized in 5 different business units. Okay. And the focus is Southeast Asia market. And the idea is to aggregate consumers and merchants and create this ecosystem where it generates more revenue for merchants, leading to creation of customer loyalty. And once we have more customer loyalty created, it leads to more consumers for merchants. And once we have more consumers for merchants, then it leads to greater revenues for merchants. So all in all, it creates this virtuous cycle of revenue generation and loyalty creation. And that is what Society Pass is all about.
Okay. And thank you so much for explaining Society Pass. It sounds like a fascinating growing company in a very interesting part of the world. So thank you so much, Cham and Arby and Pamela, for joining me today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jane.
SEKUR, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. SEKUR is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using proprietary military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. SEKUR doesn't collect or sell your data and doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. You can message and email non-secure users privately without the need for others to download SEKUR. Visit SEKUR.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
Clones in-house can severely drain both quality and costs for cannabis and hemp businesses. PharmaGreen Biotech is the key to growing high-quality plantlets. PharmaGreen services includes premium tissue cultured starter plantlets and live preservation of any plant species. Grow into the future of optimized plant growth with PharmaGreen. See our update at update.pharmagreen.ca.
Boatim is bringing digital innovation to boaters and boating. It's a global marketplace for buying, selling, and trading ships, boats, and yachts. And with me is CEO Joseph Johnson to explain this. So we talked about 6 months ago or so, right?
We were discussing this about then. A lot has happened since.
Oh, okay. So bring me up to date on what has happened, and then let's do that, and then we'll talk a little bit about what Boatim is all about.
Sounds great.
Okay.
So since we spoke last time, we've launched 2 iOS apps. One is called the Better Boating app, which is a crowdsourced mapping application for boaters, consumers, to go out, find their favorite destinations, locations on the water, as well as their service providers, and add them to a giant database of maps of the waterways all over the world.
Okay.
So that's the Better Boating app. And then we also released the Everything Boat app, which is literally everything boat in your hand on your phone.
So not boats, but everything revolving boats or boats too?
Boats.
Okay.
Personal watercraft, charters, marinas, service providers. You need a hull scrape, you can find it there.
Yeah.
An electrician, captain, crew, everything right there in one app. So instead of having to go to a search engine and look all over in 12 different sites, they can come right to Boatim and find it all.
Okay. Well, I remember the last time we had talked about how this was one industry that hadn't been digitized, so to speak, but you're trying to change that.
We are changing it, actually. So this was the first, I guess, jump into that, where we were able to take what we've done in the back end, which is collecting all of the data and putting it together, and now delivering it into 2 different consumer applications for boaters to use, or people who want to get into boating. And then we've actually changed the site. Boatim.com now allows you to purchase a boat from any broker or any dealer that's on the site, get it insured, get the boat fact history on it. You can get financing, and now we're finalizing the integration on being able to buy any boat anywhere in the world with crypto.
Okay, very interesting. So you've got the website and the 2 apps. Can I rent a boat?
You can rent one.
Okay.
We connect to all the different charter companies as well.
Okay.
So charters and rentals, you'll be able to find those, and you can go get out on the water.
Yeah. So, okay, so that's a lot since the last time we talked. What is currently in the works? And is this available? You said iOS. Is it also an Android, or?
We don't have the Android apps out for different reasons. The main one is that the iOS, I hate to say it, I was always an Android person, but iOS seems to have a little bit more power in those phones that we can use. It also has a really robust augmented reality system.
Oh, interesting.
So we're getting into Web3. We have some NFT drops coming down. And we're working with some augmented reality with the mapping to be able to really integrate everything together.
Interesting. So that's new too.
It is.
So you'd be able to, put on goggles and be able to see exactly what the boat, or how would that work?
Well, in the future, I think people will be doing that, and they'll want to go experience boating when they can't. Until that happens, we want to be able to give everyone the tools that they need while they're out on the water, or to get out on the water with tools so that they can understand what's around them. They can communicate and know other boaters. They can know where parties are. They can know where to get the right fuel, the cheap fuel, where to get the gear, and then, of course, communicate. Everything revolves around the boat. And so we focus on our consumers, but everything revolves around the boat on the site. So we're creating boat model pages, and then we're creating, so if you have one type of boat, you can learn everything about it, connect with everybody in the world that has that boat. So owners groups, they all come into one place. And then we also have our back end that we've really never marketed, which is a full CRM for the boat brokers, the marinas, the dealers, the parts, people who sell parts, the charters, everyone. We have a CRM that covers the back end business for everyone, connects to our front end site, connects to the apps, and now we're connecting the whole world digitally.
So it's a social network in a way too.
It is.
In addition to this. So, and the NFT drop, what would that involve?
So I can talk about it. So we worked with Miami Beach artist Erin Lincoln, and she's created some amazing NFTs for us. And we'll be dropping them at the NFT street fairs that are coming up. And then we're also going to be launching them at boat parties, different yachting festivals, where they will be launched in the real world and also on Web3.
Okay.
So we're bringing it all together, which is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Digital tools for boating.
Now, that sounds really exciting. If we're a boating enthusiast, you've really kind of got everything there that somebody would need.
that's exactly what we're doing.
Okay. Anything else? I mean, that's a lot, but.
I know. In 6 months, what have you done? Well, we've changed everything. No, it is a lot that we've done. We've really made a lot of changes. We've executed on the plans we said we would. And now we have our next set of goals and plans, and we're going to be executing on those. We launched a Reg A. We qualified that a few months ago, and so we brought in some more public funding. And we're just going to keep plugging away.
Awesome.
Because life is better on the water.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. So great to hear about your progress. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, Jane.
Glint has developed proprietary technology that enables everyone to buy gold. Gold that's stored in Brink's vaults, insured by Lloyd's of London. With Glint's app and debit card, peace of mind is just a few taps away. It's easy to protect your hard-earned savings, and there are no minimums, hidden fees, or financial advisors required. To learn how to safeguard your future, go to GlintPay.com or download Glint from your favorite app store.
Aitx, Artificial Intelligence Tech Solutions, an innovator in the delivery of artificial intelligence-based solutions. Specifically, the company provides security robots, both hardware and software, for businesses, other organizations as well. And with me is CEO Steve Reinhardt to bring us up to date. So great to see you again.
Good to see you again, Jane.
So there's been a lot happening since the last time we talked, I don't know, 6 months or so ago. So, I mean, just tell me, like, where Aitx is right now.
I think that we are on the edge of a breakout in sales and adoption.
Okay.
I think that breakout will come in stages and steps. And I think that we've kind of been like cruising along with early innovators, with the new solutions that we've come out with, the awards that we've recently won, with the leads generated from last week's show in Las Vegas. Just every indicator appears to me of big orders and substantial momentum about to happen.
Okay, you mentioned the award, and I actually saw that a press release come through. So what was that award? What was that all about?
It's for our second generation device that's named AVA and stands for Autonomous Verified Access. This device is in such hot demand right now because it removes the requirement of guard gates to actually have a human guard in the gate. Okay. So we're processing vehicles, both logistics vehicles and residential vehicles at homeowners associations through this intelligent autonomous device that has so many different features, much like a human would, but of course at a dramatically lower price.
Yeah, okay. And then you mentioned you had some new products as well?
Yeah, you know, our Rad Light My Way solution just seems to be getting a ton of attention. We recently won a couple of awards on Rad Light My Way as well.
Okay.
Last year, we won the CBRE Innovation of the Year Award, and then I think last week we won 2 awards from Campus Safety and Security as well, talking about how well that solution is going to play in different types of environments.
Okay, what is Rad Light My Way? How does that work?
Sure. Rad Light My Way is the only solution that I know of, and I've been in security 27 years now, that actually pushes real security into the hands of the people needing security.
Okay.
So it's the only application where you could pop up cameras at, say, the parking lot or the path of travel so that you could make your own determination based on the situational awareness that you now have, whether or not it's safe for you to proceed.
Okay. Now, there's been an increase in crime in many, many cities. So that, I mean, campuses, subways, I mean, the Rad Light My Way would be one way that would help with people
Significantly
with that.
so.
Okay.
Significantly
and how, I mean, could I go buy one of these? Like, how does it work?
The facility that you're going to work for or visit or however it is, they put it in place and they give you access to it.
Okay. All right. And then, so just tell me a little bit, like, what's next for the company, Aitx?
What's next is execution.
Okay.
Is bringing in the sales, creating the production, deliveries, you know. We recently announced, or a couple months ago announced, that we're bringing in 1,000 injection molded shells of our highest selling product. So those are going to arrive in the next couple of months.
Okay.
We want to get those produced and out the door.
Okay, so you'll fill those with the software and everything that's needed?
We hope
How does
so.
that work? Okay.
We hope so. That's the plan.
Okay. And then, I mean, just talk to me about the company in general. I know we've talked about, because you have, what, like 5 or 6 different security-type robots?
We do,
Give
yeah.
me kind of a brief update on each one of those.
So we've got, 4 stationary, what we call robots, and then the 1 mobile robot.
Okay.
Let's talk about the mobile one real quick.
Okay.
Romeo.
Okay.
It's big. It's 1,000 pounds. It's 7 feet tall. We've got multiple deployments that have happened over the last 6 weeks or so. Multiple deployments coming up over the next few weeks. A big funnel that we're working to close on the sales side. Very exciting.
Okay. And they kind of fit different needs for different groups.
Yeah.
Like one may be a parking lot monitor, one may be more of an individual thing like Light My Way.
Right.
So you're kind of addressing a lot of different security.
The whole idea behind Aitx is creating a platform. And then, depending on the needs of the facility, we have a form that fits that need. It all runs the same platform. And then what we hope to do with one of our subsidiaries is create an OEM piece and allow other manufacturers build their own devices, come into our network.
And you also collect data too, right, with the software?
We don't really collect data.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, we collect data, but we don't do anything with it. We don't own it. We don't want anything to do with it. We'll use it to improve our systems.
I see. Okay.
From an analytics
but it's
standpoint.
not like to, analyze anything about a particular area. It's all for self-improvement of the robots.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, Steve.
But if you find a way for us to monetize the data, I'm all ears.
There's got to be a way. It seems like that's the future.
I think so.
Well, thank you so much for coming back, and congratulations on the awards.
Thank you, Jane.
Yep.
Great to see you.
Thanks.
SEKUR, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. SEKUR is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using proprietary military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. SEKUR doesn't collect or sell your data and doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. You can message and email non-secure users privately without the need for others to download SEKUR. Visit SEKUR.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
Welcome, everybody, to your Secure Privacy and Security segment. I'm Anna Berry. Joining me is Elaine Guy, the CEO of Secure Private Data. Welcome back, Elaine. How are you doing today?
Doing great, Anna. Thank you, and happy to see everyone.
So there's a new form of masquerading, sneaking malicious links into email inboxes by putting an @ symbol in there. So tell us what's going on, and if we get something like that, what can we do to protect our data?
Yeah, so this is another phishing, not salmon fishing, but fishing for your information, spelled with a PH. So phishing is a common way to spoof a user to give them information from a hacker through email. So this time, in the code, they wrote the @ symbol. And, we do a lot of, it's a trend now when you do @Joe and @so-and-so, when you address different people in one email, when it's a group email, you have specific, and Jane, please do this in a company, for example. So the email spam and filter thought the @ was actually addressing @so-and-so. And then in the code, the web browser thought the @ was some website. So what happens is the hackers would send you an email, and you see this thing, this Microsoft login thing, says click here. It took you to a landing page that looks like Microsoft Outlook. And if you don't pay close attention, you would probably, the email said, please retry your credentials, or, change your password, whatever. They do that. Companies do that. If sometimes they force you to change a password for some reason or another, maybe it's been compromised, or you haven't used the system for a long time. So they say, create a new password now. It's been a long time. So then you put your credential into Microsoft, right? In this case, it was Microsoft Outlook. I don't know the content of the email, but basically it forced people to go to a landing page. It took you there, and then you put your credentials, and that's how they grab your credentials to your Microsoft. And the problem is not like just email. The whole ecosystem, it's like when you go to Google, it's everything from your video, your storage, your documents. I mean, that's it. And these, what I call these big ecosystems, just like Microsoft, the biggest, once you give the credential, because they have this single sign-on, SSO, that basically lets a person sign in one time and you have access to all of your services, which we are always against it. We've always been anti-single sign-on. And then that's it. They can go everywhere. So what I recommend to do is this, because today, funny enough, I got an email in our corporate account from a company called WISE. I think it's WYSE. And we did a financial fundraise, private placement a few months ago, and some of our European investors, they wire money through WISE. So you get a notification. Now, a lot of our people, they use the typical big tech emails that are being, basically looked at and hacked and whatnot. So my guess is that these guys found out, because they were basically sniffing all the public email, the free emails, and like, oh, this company is getting notification from WISE that money is coming. So I knew that we're not expecting money. I mean, I wish, but it wasn't that case. And usually on the email, it tells you so-and-so sent you like $20,000. So I was suspicious right away. So what I did is I went to if you're on your phone or your computer, it says WISE or whatever. But then if you click or you hover on it, you see the real email address. And that's a simple trick to do. If you get an email from anyone and you're a bit suspicious, click on the from, and you'll see these odd emails. In this case, it wasn't even WISE. Sometimes they're very crafty, especially with PayPal. So it'll be like something, PayPal something. And you say, oh, it's a legitimate email. And this is like 90% of the time, this is how people get in. It's just unreal. So you always have to be like very suspicious and very skeptical. But who has time for that in the daily? And it takes just a moment of inattention. Oh, let me click here. Who sent me money?
Right.
And this went to our corporate account. So it's because you can't, sometimes we catch them, sometimes we don't. You can't prevent people from sending you super fake email that look legitimate. So there's only so much we can protect. So obviously now that email is going to be spam on our system. But these guys have millions of emails that they create. So I'm not saying it's useless, but you're going to put it in your spam and it'll slowly learn the pattern. But then these guys have millions of emails that they generate, and they change the pattern all the time. And that's how they counter those anti-spam things. So basic spam, a good system can slowly eliminate, but there's always one that goes through the crack. Now I know companies that send 100 emails a day. 100 million. So you're going to have a few that are going to go through, and that's all it takes. Anyway, so that's something that people should be aware of. We have things that can counter that.
Right, and once we start to identify these emails, right, it's like you're bringing awareness. Oh, this doesn't look right. It doesn't feel right. Check that email. In the URL and the from section. And then this is the opportunity to start to transition over to secure mail like I have, especially with more of the private documents. Now we can keep the other emails that we want, right, for the simple stuff, but for the privacy sake, we got to transition over to secure mail. And that's an easy transition.
It's very easy. If you go to Secure Mail, if you go to secure.com, you can buy the package with a messenger or the mail only. We now have mail only, even for businesses. When you sign up and then you go to your webmail, there's instructions there. You want to migrate from Gmail, it tells you what to do. From Yahoo, it'll tell you what to do. It's very easy. We also have the Secure Send feature on webmail, and sometime in June we'll have the application, so you won't have to configure a thing. You download the app, and you'll be able to use the Secure Send feature. But right now it's on webmail. When you use Secure Send, it basically guarantees that the communication only stays in our server. So if you have a document as a business that you want to send to somebody else and you don't want the ISP to look at it, or anything in between, you use Secure Send. The recipient can take a look at it, clicking on the link and all that. I mean, there's a bunch of things you can do, and they can also secure reply. So even if they don't have the secure mail, the sender, obviously they get all the protection and the privacy, but not the recipient as well when they reply back. So that's very unique, and I would encourage that if you email outside of your organization as a business, use Secure Send. That's a must. I still, because I'm very, very careful, I would still check to see. But so far we've been lucky. Nobody has been able to do much, especially with the Secure Send. Because we can prevent many things, but there's nothing in the world that can prevent somebody sending you an email, you see? And that's the problem. I mean, that's the trick. That's why there's only so much machines can do. We have to also use our proactive thinking. But Secure Send is a great feature for businesses or private. Maybe you're going to refinance your mortgage. You can talk to your mortgage person. You're going to send them your tax returns or bank statement. That's when you use Secure Send. I use a really realistic example. Mortgage broker, real estate, real estate interest rates are going up. And there'll be probably a lot of activity in real estate, a refinance at least. And this is massive financial information, tax return, your social security number. I mean, this is like your entire financial life. You're just emailing out to people.
I know,
And
I
even
told
if you have
myself
a
the other
secure
day.
system, yeah.
But it's a simple transition, and that's the thing for our viewers. I'm in the process of buying a house, and I'm using Secure Send to send all of that over to my loan officer, and I feel so much better knowing that. And I'm telling you, last year, I wouldn't have known that. I would have just sent them over my good old Yahoo, Gmail, whatever. So it's valuable information.
If I may, Anna, tell your loan officer to use Secure Reply. Because here's what happens. You're going to send it, you're safe. But then the loan officer is going to use their usual Office 365, Outlook, or Gmail to reply back. And if there's any kind of attachment, the attachments are never encrypted. Even if an email has security, the attachments are not, just so you know, on Google and all that. That's something that people don't realize. So the attachment, the calendars, all of that, nothing. So unless you manually, like the system where you can encrypt or lock and have a code to open the attachment, nobody really uses that, really. So the attachment is not. So whenever you send stuff to your loan officer, have him or her in the email, you say, please reply with Secure Reply, because they're going to send you back some other stuff too. Or even better, have them buy Secure Mail. We have it for businesses. It's like between $7 to $10 a month, whatever you use. So yeah, this is important. Now it's like there's financial chaos in the markets. Anybody will click at anything that says I'm sending you money, right? There's refinances. Real estate is moving. There's transitions. So there's a higher financial activity in communication. This is not a quiet period. This is a period of extreme up and down, as we've seen in the stock market, rates, real estate, and that the hackers know that. So anyway, so I can't stress enough. Obviously, take a look at Secure. If any of our viewers wants to know how Secure Send works, you simply go to secure.com. We have a support page, and then underneath it has video tutorial, and you can choose which one to say how to use Secure Send.
As always, it's always a joy speaking with you, learning so much and informing our viewers how to keep our data private and secure. So thank you so much for joining us again, Elaine.
Thank you, and thanks everyone for watching the Secure segment.
My name is Joe. I'm born and raised in New York. I work in Manhattan near Times Square. In New York, there's just so much going on and it's very fast-paced. I always thought I was eating healthy, but I was never really eating enough fruits and vegetables. That was the one thing that I always felt that I could improve upon, but I just didn't know how to do it. So my wife and I started taking the Balance of Nature fruits and veggies. There's a lot of confusion out there. Every day it's this vitamin is good, this vitamin isn't good. It's always changing every day, every day. And what I like about Balance of Nature is you can't contradict what's in it. Everybody knows fruits and vegetables are good for you. There's never going to be a dispute over that. So with Balance of Nature, I don't have any more of that confusion.
And God bless.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike Huckabee, former governor of Arkansas, part-time musician but long-time customer of Relaxium Sleep. And I'm here with my good friend and country music legend, Larry Gatlin. Now, Larry, a few months ago, you asked me, Huck, does that Relaxium really work?
I remember that night because I was tired of not sleeping. I took you at your word, I tried it. Guess what? Relaxium Sleep works.
Larry, so many Americans are struggling to get to sleep.
Sleep for me for years has been kind of a concept I've heard people talk about. Relaxium Sleep has changed my life. I'm grateful to you, and it has been a blessing to our family. I am now a paying customer.
You know, I loved it when you called me and told me that it worked the very first night for you.
And it has worked every night since then.
Call today for your 30-day risk-free trial and 100% money-back guarantee. Relaxium Sleep doesn't need a prescription, is 100% drug-free, and is non-habit forming.
Relaxium Sleep worked from the very first night I took it.
As a nurse, sleep is very important. Relaxium Sleep really helps me stay focused and also do my job efficiently.
Developed by renowned neurologist and sleep expert Dr. Eric Ciliberti, Relaxium Sleep's triple action formula was designed to regulate your natural sleep cycle, relax your body, and calm the mind for better sleep through the night. It's also non-habit forming and made in the USA.
Take it from Larry Gatlin and me. If you're having trouble sleeping, quit having trouble. Get some sleep with Relaxium Sleep. Call right now.
Call now. Relaxium Sleep is giving away 1,000 bottles. Call and get your very own risk-free bottle of Relaxium Sleep now. Fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up feeling refreshed with Relaxium Sleep. Call for your risk-free trial of Relaxium Sleep. Call now. Call 800-618-4291, 800-618-4291.
It is so embarrassing.
If you've had it with the old news
And the same spent
well, then Spicer and Company's your place.
for the inside story.
And for the facts that you need to know.
Nancy Pelosi thinks she's woke. She's not. LeBron James thinks he's woke. He's not. Delta CEO thinks he's woke. He's not. If you want to talk about equities, then LeBron James ought to be talking about the Uyghurs that are making his shoes in China. Delta CEO who makes $64,000 a day